brace yourself. I present to you the groom.
You look good.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Fine.
Daniel Nyati. Scared? Impossible.
Ritsa fam. Pravesh untile izamawani kusigo. Uri ke tlhokomela. Ke leise Cairo le gale ga ntse pisi mapodisa. Jana ga kgosi ke tlhoka ona go rona. Umpele le tlhole njojo.
Usia.
Go tell Gogo to see me mama.
No, Gogo was saying Jelly will tell you.
Hamba man.
No.
Come on, Alex.
I'm still on parole. If I get caught carrying an unlicensed firearm, I could go back to jail.
You won't. Just take it, man.
Daniel, what's going on?
Nothing, auntie. Where's Mangi? Mangi?
Yeah, that's a meeting. If you don't late for him, shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Spam. Daniel.
Auntie, Pravesh called me last night. I'm only taking precautions.
Kahle. Kukhona into engalungile leka. Khambani, you go without me.
No, auntie. Can't.
Hambani. Hamba njengamanje. Mina ngizosala ngilungisa lento. Hamba. Kukhona ongalungile akekho okuzokwenzaka kuwe. Akukho lutho. Hamba mfana wami.
Very nice. Did you put some nutmeg in here? Oh, nutmeg is good. And some garlic for flavor. You are cooking some more somewhere else, aren't you?
No, this is everything.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry I'm late. I had to... We have a serious problem here. There just isn't enough food.
We can feed an army with all this food that you are preparing.
Our weddings are big. People eat a lot of food.
People eat a lot in our weddings also. More than yours. I'm sure of that. Look at Daddy. I've been cooking for many weddings. And we've never run out of food. Not even once.
Good. I don't want to interfere, but there isn't any beef in here, is there?
No, there's no beef here, not anyway. This is lamb from Plain Karoo, the best quality. Amos has just slaughtered this morning. Now, please, let's go, my dear.
Okay, ladies, hold your breath. She is amazing. The bride. The most beautiful bride ever.
You are just biased.
True. Oh, that better not be the groom.
Thank you, baby.
You know what they say about grooms and bad luck and... You're not welcome here. I said get out. Okay, fine. I'm calling
No,
Danny.
please don't. Tell her not to. I'm only going to be a minute. You look so beautiful.
Presents are not going to fix what you destroyed.
I know, but I want you to have it anyway.
Please don't make this harder than it is.
You don't have to do this.
Okay, now that's enough. Go. Leave.
Please, just give this to her.
Oh, okay. The limo's downstairs. Can you give us a few minutes? Ta. Go tell the others it's time to go.
They didn't send my talk bag, that's all I'm here for.
Get out.
I'll just get my bag and then I'll leave, okay? No. Come on.
Julius!
There's a bag in the spare room. It's mine.
Go and get it for him. I'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't have all day.
Where else do you need to be?
Now, wouldn't you like to know? What are you doing here?
I've got work to do. Please sit.
I don't think so.
Please. You can't go to the wedding.
That's none of your business. Oh, lost. Thanks.
You were loved enough. You don't think that you were. You think your mother neglected you. But you were loved enough. Nadia is proof of that.
I didn't come here for therapy.
You can't let go of your sister. You need to. It's your time to. You think she will never love you again. That's why you hate Daniel. If you'd only learned then what you are going to learn today, that if you had accepted her love for Daniel, she would have loved you more. Look, Nadia raised you like her own child. She was young, and she had too much responsibility.
She lost her mind when she was 16.
Circumstances outside of her control.
They called it a nervous breakdown. It wasn't even gradual. I just got home one day and there she was, smashing her fists against the downstairs mirror. I was 14 years old, and there she was, her arms covered in blood and glass.
But she never stopped loving you.
She didn't even remember my name.
If you want her to forgive you, you need to forgive her. And you can only do that if you grow up, Pravesh. And today is the day that you will do it. Manyathi, boya benyathi. Yanicela nonke ukuthi nimqaphe lo mntana wenu kalelo suku oluhle kangaka. Ngiyanicela nonke lapho nikhona ngoba lolu suku yilapho azobe yindoda ngokuphelele. Ngicela ukuthi nimvikele komoya mabi nasezithini zakhe. Manyathi, manyathi.
This Mangala Sutra represents our togetherness, love, and sacred union.
So the big guy's getting married. It's just Abigail and me here, and except for these people, the rest of the building's empty.
But then again, why would Daniel
Nayati invite the help to his wedding? You obviously don't know them.
I know them. Nadia's my sister.
So how come you're not at the wedding? Hey, you still have to pay, dude.
I present each of you with a circle, a symbol of holiness, of perfection, and that of peace. By exchanging these rings, you will be joined together in one unbroken circle wherever you go.
shouldn't be marrying him. He's a criminal. I suggest you leave now. All right? I'll get you an escort.
Manyathi. Buya benyathi. Ngiyanimema nonke. Kwawonke omane amagumbi omhlaba. Kwawonke omane amagumbi omhlaba. Wonke amagumbi. Ngiyanimema. Nina bodlanga amandla, makaziwe. Buya benyathi. Ngiyanicela, ngisizeni, ngixoshe ububi. Ngisizeni, ngixoshe ububi. Manyathi.
The Nyati ancestors bless you, Daniel. Okuhle nokukhanya makwande. We welcome you, Nadia, Narain. Okuhle konke ntombazana. Now you are a Nyati. May your union together bring happiness, contentment, and many children. Boya Benyati!
kanjani bo? Awu bengiyini mina? Bengiyini ngisithunya senu? Bengiyini ngumabiza sabele? Awu manyathi ngiboniseni indlela. Indlela nginikeni izimpendulo zalomnyama. Awu manyathi boya benyathi. Awu mami.
He got away. It's a big place.
Getting in until you tell me where we're going.
The Seychelles?
The Seychelles! Oh! Thank you.
do a story on a combined Hindu-Zulu wedding after we'd attended some of the first focus groups, after we'd established Daniel and Nadia's relationship. And a lot of people had very positive feedback about the relationship. They found it an unusual relationship, and they thought that it was very interesting. Weddings, as a rule, are very powerful rituals on a global level, because weddings are something that everyone understands. Everyone understands when they see a man and a woman dressed beautifully, standing opposite one another with the priest. Everyone understands what that means. Because the characters had gone through so much trauma in order to get to the wedding, we thought it would be really, really nice if ultimately we combined the two rituals.
Well, amalgamating a Zulu and an Indian wedding is always going to be an interesting experience because both cultures have got such a rich history, obviously. And so we wanted to be really careful to get the cultural stuff right.
I remember when I first heard that, we're going to have, Nadia and Daniel are going to get married. The feeling that I had was like, yes, yes. And for me, because of them coming from two different cultural backgrounds, it was like just opening up a whole, an excitement, really.
The actual practices of doing things step by step is seen in both. So you see that in the Zulu wedding that we're actually performing these rituals, like covering the elders and handing things over to your future husband. And so too in the Hindu wedding, you're doing the same things with your husband. You're garlanding him.
We've seen Indian weddings be done, and I think we've seen quite a few African traditional weddings be done. But traditionally, our country has been a bit reticent to show certainly a Zulu and Indian couple together. And absolutely, I think it's nation building in terms of showing, where South Africa is willing to go in terms of our headspace, and we really are the rainbow nation. And to see, such disparate cultures come together, it's been a wonderful thing, I think.
We deliberately chose to address Indian African racism because it's something that happens in this country, and it's not something that has been explored necessarily on a soap before.
We knew we were going to go to obviously a Zulu traditional village, the Lesedi village. So we had a very strong sort of a foundation of Zulu culture. So we knew we had to bring a lot of the Indian stuff into that so that it wasn't overwhelmed one way or the other.
We decided to go with three main colors. And we brought these colors in the flowers, the material, the chair. So basically, there were a burgundy, orange, and a yellow all over the set. And I think if you look at the final product, you feel almost like the whole place is there's a symbiosis with color, and every scene flows into the next scene.
We try to have a nice balance between our guests, to have Indian garments, to have beautiful traditional African garments. So we bought some. Some of our guests came with their own saris, with their own Indian outfits. What we did, actually, we had a whole dress rehearsal with everybody here. So before our big day, we needed to see and confirm colors, which is extremely important for us. So everybody came, showed us their goods, we chose stuff, we played with stuff, we rented stuff, we bought stuff, and yeah, I was in my element because it was all blingy, it was all beautiful. Both the African and the Indian stuff was exquisite.
We want the bride and the groom to stand out completely, and therefore we're only going with those three primary colors. We're trying to do materials, dressing, flowers, everything in these colors, and then once the bride and the groom comes out, they're in white and they take the center of attention. You can see there's already some of the colors incorporated in the venue, and there's fantastic textures. There's tree branches, there's green grass, it's sand, it's very earthy. And once we bring these rich colors in there with the red, I think the foreground is going to jump to us, and we're going to see that a wedding is in process, and the background will fall away, but still it will give some texture to the whole show.
Doing all this type of makeup, the Indian makeup on some of our black ladies, it has really been an exciting and an experiment that I've never done before.
I mean, we had our lead actress Nadia go into makeup, I believe at like 5 or 5:30 in the morning, you know, and she was ready to shoot at 7. And you know, while it was time consuming, I think it really pays off when you look at how beautiful she looks on screen. It's fantastic. We basically have, I think it's 3 costume changes throughout the day for our main couple. They start, and obviously in the more Hindu-Indian side, so Daniel really respects Nadia's side, and we see that. And Colleen came up with some wonderful stuff for Daniel and both for Nadia. Her sari was just like a sight to behold.
The Hindi dress from the Hindu wedding was a sari that was borrowed from my sister, Jashira, who was kind enough to lend it to me 2 weeks after she got married. So I felt honored that she let me use such an expensive sari for the wedding. The detail is very traditional. It was cream with maroons, which are traditional colors used in Indian weddings. Now the African dress, or the Zulu wedding dress, was beautiful in itself. And I think for me, the crowning glory that just topped this outfit off was the hat. It was just, I don't know, it just said royal to me.
I'm very excited to see everybody in their costumes together with the full hair, the full makeup.
Makeup as well.
And I think, I think there's a total sense of, I won't call it hysteria, I will call it great excitement to get this in the can.
Quiet!
Obviously, the gogo plays a very important role in terms of sensing that sort of spiritual side. On the Zulu side, there's an interaction with the ancestors and a foreboding that she's obviously determined over the weeks leading up to the wedding of something potentially bad could occur.
The day before we shot the wedding, Abigail was stuck in Paris through no fault of her own. She couldn't get a flight back because swine flu had just broken out. So there was a mad scramble and we had to rework the episode. But that's also the nature of being in a soap. And I think at the end of the day, the fact that Gogo is not at the wedding and working so hard from an ancestral perspective to save the love of these 2 people, I think it's worked really well.
And I remember Joshua telling me that, Nadia is going to come and she's going to do like an Indian dance of like, challenging you and all that. I was like, damn, how am I going to do this, And there was no way that I was going to do Inlam in that gear. But I remember when I saw Nadia coming and she was, oh man, the woman was hot, And when she came and she did the wiggling her hips, and I just thought, well, woman, you're up for a challenge. You think you're challenging me? You got to match this. I don't know where it came from, but in the midst of it, I mean, people who were watching were saying what was lovely about it was a combination of like some sort of Bollywoodness and Zulu dance. And I said, well, who am I kissing?
Abigail is having an affair with Cole.
Dit sê jy so gesê.
Dis die waarheid, ek sal mos so iets opmaakie.
Let's go back to your office. I'll show you Ben.
Scandal, tomorrow at 7:30, only on E!